guys, and welcome back to another episode of your Brains Coach podcast. My name is Angela Shurina. I'm your host, I'm your Brains Coach, and your Executive High Performance Coach 360. And here we are to learn and share and apply to our lives brain body tools from that I gather while reading books, talking to experts, going through different certifications, applying to my work with clients, to my own life, troubleshooting, and again, learning and failing and learning better. All of these tools with a purpose to improve the way we think, how we manage, and how we master our emotions, and what actions we take and don't take, all with a purpose to create the life experience closer and closer to what we absolutely love living. That's what we are all about here. The theme of my past, I would say, month, I've been in some sort of agony. I'm like, what am I really good at? Well, not actually the right phrasing. What do I have the potential to be one of the world's greatest? And so today, stay tuned, guys. Today, I'm going to give you a very applicable way to figure that out. Not to figure out what you're already great at, because probably if you already were great at it, you'd already knew that. But something that you could potentially become the world's greatest, someone who people would talk about and would take pictures with because you are just so great at doing that thing. So you'll figure it out. And I'm gonna give you a very simple, applicable, science-backed, research-backed, real-life tested tool, which I kind of forgot. And then a conversation with a fellow coach reminded me of. So stay tuned for that, because figuring that out will allow you to create a life that just bursts with fulfillment when you feel the most alive, like on some sort of drug. But before, update on my 100 a day meaning business challenge, where I prioritize business generating activities. So today is day 3. And even yesterday, when I finished my 100 plus reach outs, that's the goal of the challenge, I was thinking to myself, man, I have to do it for like 97 more days. Well, 98. And I realized that is the right challenge. That's why last couple of years I failed to be consistent to generate business to allow me to serve more people and to get better and to help more people. But the right challenge, what I want to share with you is what I do when my brain wants to procrastinate and wants to get out of this challenge or doing the things that you know you gotta do. What is a proven process, a strategy that you can also apply that works and is based on research and in psychology of human behavior? So number 1, make it extremely clear what and how you gotta do every day. We already talked about that on building habits, but I wanna re-emphasize that idea that what feels like resistance and procrastination often, and that's just not just me talking, but check out the book Switch, how to change when the change is hard. So what research and real life experiences of many people shows is that what feels like resistance, like procrastination, is often lack of clarity. So back to my example, why I feel the most resistance often to doing the things when I don't have clarity, like 100 reach outs to who? What do I need to do exactly? And so lack of clarity feels like this unsummonable mountain, or the weight that you cannot lift because it feels so heavy. The more clarity you create, what exactly, like today I have a list of 100 reach outs and I know exactly who to reach out, what kind of companies, what kind of individuals. And so the more clarity you're going to have, the less resistance and the less procrastination or tendency to procrastinate you're going to have. So number one, on the days when you don't feel like doing something, anything, ask yourself, do I have clarity what it is I gotta do? And if you don't, first make it super, super clear, simplified. Number two, no 0 days. Allow yourself to not do it perfectly, to not do a lot of it, but do not allow yourself to not start and have a 0 day. Whether that's your exercise or eating better. If you don't feel like eating a ton of vegetables and fruit today, eat one. If you don't feel like doing a lot of exercise, do 10 squats or do 1 squat, do 1 push-up. Do not allow 0 days and allow yourself to just start. And number 3, troubleshoot. Like on day 1, I realized I do not unconsciously, without thinking about it, too much social media in the morning. My prime time for creativity, for doing the most complex tasks, for thinking through the most complex things. Too much social media, sometimes it feels like, well, it's for work. I need to reply to this person and that person. No, actually, that is not urgent. You're just lying to yourself because that thing is easier than starting taking action on the more difficult thing, on the challenging thing. So day number 2, I wrote down under the sheet where my empty squares are for the challenge to tick the boxes every day. I wrote down no social media before creation, before 9 a.m. No social media, because there is nothing urgent before that time. And if it was urgent, somebody would already call you and tell you that, I don't know, your house is on fire or something. So troubleshoot. And the purpose of the challenge, one of the main purposes of the challenge is to learn and improve. And it is a challenge because it is there to challenge you. So you're not going to do it perfectly if it's the right challenge for you to design. But every day is an opportunity to do better. So now no social media before 9 a.m. And today I kind of screwed it up and shared a picture from my gym. So need to do better of that. Take the pictures, but don't share it before 9 a.m. because then it delays so many things in my morning, again, in my prime time when I'm at my best to do the most complex tasks. And so I'm stealing my own genius and then struggling with mediocrity and just catching up the whole day. So that's the purpose of the challenge. Get better. Learn about your shenanigans. Learn about your patterns and do better. That's what challenges are truly designed for, to help you get better and learn about things that do not work for the results that you want to create in your life. So, troubleshooting, number 1, again, make it clear. Whenever you want to procrastinate, make sure that you have crystal clarity about what it is you got to do and what done looks like. Number 2, just start, no 0 days allowed. And then troubleshoot, get better every single day, and then put it somewhere, like on a sheet of paper into Excel sheet, 100 days, and every day you troubleshoot and you ask yourself, what can I do better next day? So that on challenges and what to do when you don't feel like doing a lot. Now let's get to our purpose and our exercise to create a better compass to help you navigate your life to get closer towards your own genius and expressing this genius in real world so you serve the world in the best possible way. Every single person, and that is my very firm belief, every person is born for a specific reason, to figure out what your genius is and how you can serve the world better, and to just then do more of it. And that's how you serve the world. The universe doesn't like to waste. And so if you are born for a purpose. So your job is to figure that out and do more and more and more of it. And because you're going to do more of it, you're going to get better. So 2 things. Let me start with a story. I was talking to a fellow coach from Joburg. I'm in Cape Town, South Africa. He's in Joburg. And to get to know him better, I asked, Alan, if I were to ask you to give a talk right now, what would be the topic? And Alan paused, and it took him quite a while to figure out what the topic would be. And it struck me. I'm like, you don't have like 10 topics on the top of your mind that you could speak about. That's how my brain works. I think about speaking so much that if somebody asked me to give a talk right now, I would have to struggle to choose the topic because I have so many topics I want to speak about. And it made me realize that even though we're in the same coaching profession, we approach it in a completely different way. And what we want to do, what we actually naturally want to do, those things are so different because we're different people. We are designed to deliver the service in the world in different ways. And so, yes, I want to speak every day, and I would probably pay someone to let me speak. And Alan, don't even think about that. Every time I see someone speak, I get jealous. Every time I see someone releasing, one of my favorite authors releasing another book, I feel jealous. And not the jealousy for attention or the things they have, not for I feel jealous for the process, for showing up, for the writing, for working on yourself to deliver that greatness in the world. I feel jealous for them living that part of themselves fully. And that's the tool, guys. What do you feel jealous about when you see other people doing that? Because you might not realize it, but no, not all of the people feel that jealousy. Most people don't care about that thing. Even the people who might seem to work in the same exact area, they have completely different aspirations and thoughts and things that they want to do. So what is it that you get jealous when you see other people doing that? What is it? And that's the feeling compass, part of your compass that is telling you that is close to what you are designed to do, what you're here for. So what do you get jealous about when you see other people doing that? What would you pay to do? Again, Alan didn't even think much about speaking at all, and for sure probably wouldn't pay someone to do it. And you see, there are so many ways in the world of being a great coach, and also probably every coach would benefit from speaking more, for getting in front of more people, but not every coach wants it. And that's the thing. The greatest things in the world are not born, well, they're born out of love for the thing, not out of, I have to do it. Nobody got great by having to do the thing. All the artists, writers, speakers, whoever it is you admire, they would pay someone to do that. They love doing the thing. Even sometimes it's hard work and you're exhausted, but you still love doing that. It's like food for you, food for the soul. So what it is you get jealous about, and what would you pay to do more of? And then the second part of this exercise, okay, now you might draft a list of things that you really get jealous about, or whenever the next time the thing happens and you feel jealousy, just write it down, what it is you feel jealous about, right? The second part of that is the feedback from the world. Meaning, when I spoke in the past, people would then come up to me and take selfies with me. When I do some pitch on a call to either a potential client or a potential organization to speak for, quite a few times people would say, you speak so clearly. I like how you said it. And a lot of my existing clients would say to me, Angela, I love those things you usually have. And that gives me a clue that not only I love doing that, But when I do it, very often people enjoy it. I don't ask for those compliments. I don't ask people to tell me how good it was. I don't ask people to take selfies with me. And they do. That means that there is a potential for me to get really great at that. First of all, again, not everybody wants to do it and would pay to do it. And the second thing, not everybody does it in a way that the world enjoys. Now, I might get jealous about being a, professional dancer, but if everyone I dance, people just disappear and don't want to see it, then it means that might not be the best thing to approach. But if you get jealous, and when you do it, you get positive feedback from the world, that is a very strong signal that that is the thing then that you probably are designed for, that you can get great at, and that's how you deliver your service into the world for more positive impact for service to the people and the whole world around you. So to sum it up, 2-step process to get closer to what you're here for, to your purpose, to your chance of becoming one of the world's greatest. 2-step process. Number 1, start noticing and writing it down, capturing it somehow. Start noticing what it is you get jealous about, that you feel like, I'd pay to do that. Like that person doing that, I'd pay someone to do that. What gets you jealous? So this is step number 1. Capture it, because the mind is distracted. It always forgets stuff. You get so many things going on in your day, you'll forget. So capture it. Have a small notebook or a note app on your phone and have it titled jealousy. So step number 1, what do you get jealous about? And step number 2, capture the compliments. What do people compliment you on? What do people feel an urge to say, you did that really well, or thank you so much, it was really good? What people compliment you on? Start capturing that feedback, because most of the time people don't have to do that, and very often it's awkward and it's hard for people to just come up to you and to tell you something extra, something they didn't have to do. And so if they do, it means that something in them, that urge was so strong that they had to come up to you and tell you that. So what people thank you for, compliment you on, and see, I guess that is a step number 3. And then after a couple of weeks of doing that, noticing the compliments and noticing what you get jealous about, then compare both lists. Where do they intersect? What do people find that you're good at, that they feel like you serve them, you bring value to them in some way by doing that? And then on your list of things you get jealous about, what do you get jealous about? See what intersects there. And that's, again, how you get closer to your purpose, to what you were born to do in this world. Again, it's like every cell in the body is born for a specific purpose. And so you are in the world, on this planet. You are like that cell, one of the cells. You are born to deliver on a mission, on a service in this world. And part of the tricky part of our lives is to figure out what that is exactly in all the noise and complexity of our world. So step number 1, start noticing what you're jealous about, what you get jealous about. Step number 2, notice what people compliment you for. And step number 3, see where these 2 lists intersect. And let me know. I'd love to hear that. If you found this podcast useful, guys, I would really appreciate if you share it with at least one other person. So many they say we are in purpose crisis. So many people are confused. They don't know what to do. And that's why they end up wasting their time on social media, on Netflix, on all kinds of stupid stuff and losing their genius, losing the time of their life. So share this podcast episode with at least one person who might be equally confused. Let more greatness and genius to pour into this world by people finding their purpose, finding their why, and serving the world, serving all of us, serving the planet. Like, so share this podcast with at least one other person, and then start noticing what you're jealous about, what people compliment you for, and where they intersect. Thank you so much. Be awesome. And till next time, keep growing. Talk to you very soon.